Hi, this is Water and Air 1111. Thank you for watching another video of mine. Hope you all have had a great weekend. Today is the day of the new moon in Gemini, so hopefully you all have had a great day so far. This is going to be just a quick reading on basically the energy that's going on. I know I picked up a bit of it on the reading I did a couple of days ago, but I just wanted to do another one on just what we can expect from this new moon in Gemini. Obviously, because it's happening today, you can still take advantage of that new moon energy to really do some work with the moon, candle work, any type of new moon rituals. I've actually been getting more into doing that lately, so I definitely encourage you guys to do so as well. So this is just going to be a general reading, so whether you are a divine masculine, a divine feminine, or just watching my video for the first time, just a general reading on what this new moon is bringing in. So I'm just going to be using my Mystic Moon Oracles to start off with. So what is this new moon in Gemini ushering in? Okay, so the first card that we have is Contemplation. There's probably a bit of a glare. I'm going to see if I can fix the lighting. Okay, I think that works out a little bit more. So the first card is Contemplation, and that kind of makes sense given that we are talking about Gemini. And the mercurial energy is all about thinking, all about processing, highly intellectual. So with this coming out as the first card, it makes a lot of sense. Sorry about that, I just had to pause quickly, but let's go ahead and get some more cards for this, and just quickly showing you the bottom of the deck is regret. So a lot of us may be contemplating a lot of things from the past. Okay, and then there we go, healing. So getting things realigned, and in this card you can see that all of the chakras are kind of lit up and straight, literally aligned. So I feel like it's going to bring it through a lot of balance for us, this new moon in Gemini. So yeah, contemplation, like I said, connected to Gemini, but also that can go into over contemplation sometimes, or overthinking, being trapped in your mind, almost like going to the Nine of Swords type of energy. But with the healing as well, it's like all of this contemplation, we're going to get to a place of a kind of bird's eye view of seeing the lesson and whatever's going on in our mind, so that we can become more aligned, more attuned to ourselves, and just heal whatever is needing to be healed. And bottom of the deck is the vibrations card. So again, spend some time in meditation if you haven't already. If you have some time, definitely take advantage of that, because I feel like you may receive messages on just what's needing to be given a little bit more attention, and just general guidance on what your next move should be. And then the last card that we have is Observer. Now this almost looks like someone who's like on the computer, like hacking or doing something like on the dark web, but this is about observing. So you may be needing to kind of literally sit still in contemplation and observing of your thoughts, observing of your life, observing of your situation, in order to get some type of insight into what needs to be healed, and get insight into what needs to be done to become more aligned onto the path that you're on. And the bottom of the deck for that one is Settling. So for this observing one, it's literally maybe observing the areas of your life where you've been settling, where you've been maybe not pushing yourself as hard as you can, or you've just been kind of falling back and accepting things that don't necessarily make you happy, or don't necessarily make you satisfied, or push you to where you're trying to go in whatever situation. Okay, so let's start looking a bit more at this contemplation card and see what's going on. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles. So people may be really contemplating with this new moon in Gemini situations where they've been holding back. And I feel like this is out of fear. Things that have been holding them back, whether it's out of fear or, yeah, I feel like mainly fear. I feel like the Four of Pentacles is like you're scared of letting go, scared of releasing, either because you don't know what's going to happen or because you are so comfortable in your environment, you're scared of kind of change in some type of way. And bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands. So if I feel like this is for those who maybe have a lot of, I want to say who have a lot of excuses. It's like you're contemplating, why are you really holding back? Why are you holding back on going for that job you want, or pursuing a career that you want, or making a move to somewhere you want, or talking to that person that you want to talk to? Figuring out why you're holding back. Is it out of fear? Is it because you feel like there's so many other things you have to do that there's no time left to pursue what you're wanting? Or is it out of a reason where you feel like you're not worthy, you're not good enough, or won't be successful? I feel like that with this contemplation card, especially, like this guy, he's sitting on, it looks like he's sitting on a mountain. He's kind of, it almost looks like he's above the clouds or something. I feel like this new moon is going to give a lot of people, like I said before, that kind of bird's eye view, that higher perspective on what's been holding them back. And they're going to be able to see the forest through the trees. They're going to be able to see why certain things have happened. And once you're at this higher perspective, you're also going to be able to see how to get out of it, how to release the things that have been providing some type of roadblock in your life. So let's see what this Four of Pentacles that's been holding some people back is about. Okay, Six of Cups reversed and the Nine of Cups reversed. So what's been holding people back is they don't think that they're going, okay, some people are like attached to a situation from their past. And even though maybe it's like a long-standing situation that no longer makes them as happy as they used to be, they don't necessarily feel like they're going to get any better. I feel like for some people, this new moon is going to illuminate to them how they've been, like, things with self-worth and worthiness and feelings of being not good enough, things like that, I feel like are coming to light, are going to be illuminated with this new moon. And it's going to be like, now I can really create anything. Like, I see the higher perspective. I see that maybe there are things I've been holding on to because I didn't think that I would get my ultimate goal, so I've settled in some type of way. Interestingly, that was the bottom of our deck before, right? The settling. But you're going to be able to see above the clouds for that. You're going to be able to see the forest through the trees. You're not going to be confused. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like there's some people who have kind of gotten stuck in a rut with something from their past, whether it's a job or a friendship or a relationship or just how they feel about themselves, stuck in some type of rut because they don't feel like they can achieve their true goals, and so they just kind of settle. But I feel like this new moon is going to kind of give people some extra energy and some extra perspective in this contemplation to say, like, why can't I do what I want to do? What is really holding me back here? Let me get another deck. For some people as well, it's kind of the opposite of them thinking about the past and thinking about something from their past that they want to kind of return to, something from their past that maybe things popped up, fear popped up, or situations popped up as with this Four of Pentacles, and it prevented them from getting to someone from their past. And some people are going to be contemplating the past and be like, how do I get back to that situation? How do I get back to that space and time where I felt so good and positive and like energetic and passionate about life? How do I get to that point where I felt so good in my relationship with the universe and my relationship with my family and my personal relationship or romantic relationships or friendships or whatever? And so for some of you, you may be feeling that side of the energy, and then you're going to be a little more motivated to be like, okay, well, let me reconnect with someone. Let me try and start a new leaf in the connections and the relationships I have in my life. How do I get my energy up again and get my vibration up again so that I'm feeling as positive and great as I have in the past? Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this is a lot about people contemplating how to get to the best version of themselves. For some people, they're seeing that they've kind of held themselves back from being the best version of themselves because they've held on to a situation for too long, because they've been settling for whatever reason, responsibilities, self-worth, the other things that I mentioned. And some people are saying, I feel like I was the best version of myself when I was doing something in particular, or when I had this positive vibration going, or I had this great relationship with my mom, or this great relationship with this friend who I lost touch with, or with someone else that I lost touch with. I feel like there are in particular, um, people are going to be motivated to reconnect. I feel like um, after all of this contemplation is done and this acknowledgement of what prevented certain relationships from, or certain things from developing, people are going to feel motivated to reconnect. So reconnect with people, reconnect with a passion, reconnect with themselves, reconnect with the routines. I feel like especially also with the body, people are going to be feeling motivated to excuse me, people are going to be feeling motivated to like improve their health. I feel like um, exercising and then healthy eating, but especially exercising, I feel like people are going to feel motivated for that with this new moon energy. And the bottom of the deck for that Nine of Pentacles was the Queen of Wands. So this is the Queen of Wands who like knows that they can get back to that, knows that they can reconnect and be the best version of themselves again. And they're going to use their passion to do so. I want to get one more deck actually before I move on. Okay, so anything else on this contemplation card? Okay. 444. And it says that your hard work and determination is creating blessings. So 444, foundations for the future. And I feel like this is that energy of that motivation to go forward. It's going to be so powerful for so many people. And bottom of the deck is feathers, protection. And you are protected as you do this and you kind of go forward to make these new habits or new decisions. Okay, so for the next card is healing. So like I said, I feel like this new moon's gonna bring in a lot of alignment, and it's like from the top to the bottom. And I like how this is like a sunrise or like midday here, because I feel like it's going to illuminate a lot of things, illuminate the things that need healing, like I mentioned before. Um, and also just get things in order. Like I said, I feel like this is, every new moon is about bringing in new energy, but I feel like this is going to be especially like, it's like getting your mind right so that you can make the next step. That's kind of what I feel the overarching energy is. But let's clarify this healing card to see what other messages want to come through. Also, I feel like if you're able to meditate outside, that would be great, or just outside would be ideal. But yeah, Eight of Pentacles. But if not, just, I don't know, if you have a rooftop or a park, just, or open the windows and let the sunlight in, that would be like really great. So we have the Eight of Pentacles clarifying the healing. So again, it's like showing us the things that need to be worked on. What needs to be worked on? What needs to be healed? Where do we need to put more attention to? And of course, for everyone, like we're all on different parts of our own journey. It's going to be different things. But again, it's like getting it in our mind, identifying the problem. Like we've gone through the contemplation that was over here, seeing the forest through the trees, seeing the higher perspective, and then we can go in and start like connecting to universe, connecting to our higher self, so that we can put in the work and get things aligned, get things straight, and start healing what needs to be healed. And the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. So don't be afraid to spend some time alone. It's interesting because obviously Gemini is very, I feel like Gemini is one of those signs that people either like really love or really hate for some reason. Because there's the two sides of it, the twins and everything. But I feel like don't be afraid to like spend time just kind of reconnecting with yourself. I feel like that's kind of the other twin that we're needing to connect to. So obviously, if you're watching my channel, you most likely are on this twin flame journey. So you have your divine masculine or your divine feminine, but just think also about the masculine or feminine side within yourself that may be needing some extra work, that may be needing some extra healing at this time. It's like in order to get this balance within, we need to pay some extra attention to our masculine energies, our feminine energies, and of course all of the chakras are associated with different, with either like more masculine or more feminine energy, and all of those are super important to be healed and strong and aligned and, you know, lit up like they are in this card. And it may be especially the masculine chakras or the masculine energies within all of us that are just really needing some extra attention at this time. So let's find out what this Eight of Pentacles is about. Okay, we are supposed to be active. Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed and the Six of Swords upright. So I feel like this is like get a move on, like get a move on, get your mind right, have an idea of where you're going, and then be ready to put in the work, because we're really needing to work here. Okay, I feel like for some people they're really needing to get like physically, I mentioned before, like people are going to be doing more exercises. I feel like some people are really needing to put time and attention to like physically moving their bodies and like releasing some energy that way. Like I said, I feel like this is especially for the more like the lower chakras. So our root chakra, our sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra may be needing extra work. At this time, bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. So again, I feel like in order to kind of reconnect yourself, you're needing to put in work, you're needing to take action, you're needing to move your body. Some people are needing to physically go to certain places or physically do certain things in order to get some of the healing they need. I almost feel like there's some people who are needing to, like, I don't know if you've seen, like, there are different types of meditation. There's like laughter meditation where you're like literally laughing the whole time, or going to classes or just doing on your own things that involve chanting and like getting things out of your body that way. Um, may be helpful to some people right now as well. Um, I want to get some more cards for this. And there may be some people in particular who are feeling drawn to certain locations. So whether it's like a certain city, a certain country, um, if that is you, then you may be being drawn there for a certain reason. Um, and I'm just seeing the Eight of Pentacles again in this other deck. So what else can we know? Okay, Eight of Cups. It's like it's time to move on from something. It's time to leave something behind, because like your stage, it's almost like a relay race is what I'm getting now. Like we're all in whatever part of our own journey that we're in, but we're only supposed to be there for a certain amount of time. After a certain amount of time, it's time to just do the work and move on, because there's a new stage where we learn something else new and amazing instead. And it's time for someone else to kind of take over. It's like when you, um, I remember like when I had a crystal for, this is like a side story, when I had a crystal for a long time and I hadn't been using, but then I felt guided to take it with me to work one day or whatever, and then it split like right down the middle. Like it fell out of my pocket and it split right down the middle. And then I was told, okay, well now it's like the crystal is no longer for you anymore. Like you've gotten all of its use out of it. And now it's time to like give it to someone else, or there's some other things you can do. Like I forget the other things, like maybe bury it in the earth or something like that. But one of the things I saw was like giving it to someone else. It's like it's time to pass that on, because you've learned what you need to do, what you need to learn. Your journey has concluded with that specific crystal, with that stage in your life. So I feel like there's a lot of movement that's going to be going on, just like learning your lesson so that you can move on. And the bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. So there's lots of earth we have on the table so far. And that's like a masculine type of energy to me. It's very grounded, it's very rooted in the material world, but maybe it's time for a lot of material based changes to happen as we are healing our various chakras and healing various things, within our life, within our environment. It's like, yeah, it's time to move on. Okay, we're getting all the numbers, 888. And it says, new opportunities and abundance are coming your way soon. So again, it's time to move on. It's time to heal. It's time to not be afraid to align and move on to the new things that are coming. Like we know we're creating new foundations, which I mentioned before with the 444, but we're also just needing to let ourselves be healed, let ourselves be aligned, and leave things behind, because again, new things are coming our way. And the bottom of the deck is hospitality. So like kind of going back to the first cards, like don't be afraid to just realign yourself to who you are now, even if that means you have to leave something behind. That's perfectly okay. We're interacting or with each other for a reason and a season and time. Don't be afraid to move, like heal. Like I said, if you're being drawn to take certain actions, to go to certain places, and we had the Ace of Cups as the bottom of the deck, so even if it's for love, even if it's just to reconnect with yourself, you know, you're feeling that way for a reason. Like, it's okay to move. It's okay to move. Okay, so the last card that we have is the Observer card, which again looks like a hacker, but it's like observing yourself, observing like who you are. And it's interesting because like there's a question mark in the hoodie where someone's face would be. So it's like people are again observing and thinking about who they are and almost like rewriting the story. It's like, who do you want to be? This person in this dark room just like on their computer doing who knows what, or do you want to be like out and about in the world writing your story, being like someone's testimony? Let's get a card to see what this is about. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. So again, Seven of Pentacles is that observing, is that sitting and waiting back, thinking about things. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups. So some people may be reflecting back and trying to figure out, okay, who are my, like, who is my tribe? Who are the people in my life? Who has been making me happy? Who has not been making me happy with that Three of Cups? I feel like this Observer card is also about kind of like masks. It's like, who do I portray myself as? Like, do I feel like an active leader and participant in my life, or do I feel like I'm just being led along and I just arrived somewhere? Some people with this new moon in Gemini are going to be realizing that they've been kind of observing their own life, maybe in a box, in a sheltered way, instead of actively living and doing the things they want to do or doing the things they feel guided to do. Again, because of fear, because of many things. Okay, because of fear, like I just said, and the way those flipped over was dramatic. Because of fear, because it's like, what's going to happen? I don't know what the future holds. The Two of Wands, it kind of leaves you at a crossroads of not making any decision. And it prevents you from really taking charge and getting balance in your life, not only in how you portray yourself to the world, but also in having that internal balance with the Temperance card as well. So you're observing, you know, okay, how do I feel? Do I feel like I'm in control, like I'm co-creating with the universe, like I'm listening and feel satisfied and I feel balanced in the relationships in my life, that I feel balanced within myself for what I'm doing and for what I would like to do? Other card that came out is the Queen of Swords in reverse. So there's a lot of, there's also going to be observing and thinking about the ways that maybe other people have like played a role in keeping you, I almost want to say programmed or like locked in the matrix, or how maybe within your own mind you've kind of programmed yourself, or you've kind of kept yourself restricted in some type of way. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of, what is this? Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like for some people they're going to realize through this observe card that they've been kind of sheltered. They've been kind of, they have been sheltered. They've been restricted out of fear from moving, from pushing forward or expanding in some type of ways because of, with this Queen of Pentacles as the bottom of the deck, I really feel like for some people they're seeing that it is certain specific people in their life who are kind of out of the guise of, or out of wanting to be helping and caring and nurturing, have kind of created a world or raised them in a world where being non-expansive, being like within a box is normal or is okay. Which maybe as you're growing up it's okay, but then at a certain point you have to decide, like, what do I want the life that I'm co-creating to be like. Some people are realizing that they can co-create, that they're not just a passive observer in their own life. And that's important for everyone to know. You are co-creating. Okay, Knight of Wands. So after all of that, it's going to be like, okay, again, I'm charged and ready to go. My mind has kind of unlocked the key to that, has realized that. So now I'm motivated and ready to go forward. I'm no longer waiting on a decision. I'm ready to reconnect with myself. Some people are going to be like, I'm ready to reconnect with this specific person. I'm ready to reconnect with my twin, with my masculine, or with my feminine. Because I'm realizing that I'm just letting things pass me by. I'm letting my life pass me by. I'm letting other people kind of determine how things go in my life. And I don't necessarily want that. So let's get another card for this Observe card. Okay. Dreaming. Mushroom. Now, I'm pretty sure I got this for the Divine Masculine reading that I did over the weekend. So, especially Divine Masculine, maybe realizing I'm being too passive. I'm just observing things happening. I'm kind of playing into the box of my life. I'm playing into the box of what someone else kind of created for me. And they may be feeling extra motivated, extra ready to push forward, to manifest the things that they've already been dreaming about. And the bottom of the deck is information, and it says songs. So they may be getting lots of information, literally through songs, lots of messages through songs. And for some reason I was like, let me look underneath, and there's the door transition. They're opening this door to start this transition because they're feeling the motivation. This new moon is bringing in a lot of great stuff. A lot of great stuff for everyone, I feel. And I just got a card, and it says the grass wasn't greener on the other side. So I feel like that's what a lot of people are kind of realizing, that what they want or what they thought they wanted wasn't what they want, especially twin flame related. This is from the Mystic Moon deck, but also I feel like just as a general note, people are realizing like they don't need to want for, it's almost like they don't need to want or kind of desire a fantasy that someone else builds. It's about me divining what grass is green enough for me, if that makes sense. About me getting that passion back to say, I'm going to define what my ultimate goal is, not that someone else is saying, oh, it's better over there, it's better over here. Plus, the bottom is I can't ignore the signs I'm seeing any longer. So we're all just being activated. Like I said, we're all, like, everyone's going through all this contemplation, and then everyone's mind is kind of getting a reset, and it's getting like an alarm bell of a sign saying, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. And now we're also, I feel like, getting that positive, like, Gemini energy of just feeling motivated to do something after we kind of go through the intellectual processing and thinking and contemplation of everything, of knowing what we want, of knowing what happened in the past, of knowing how active we want to be in writing our story, and knowing what needs to be healed. And knowing all of those things just makes us more motivated to manifest, more motivated and excited for the future, to start changing, to start shifting. So that is my reading for this new moon in Gemini. I hope this resonated. Let me know in the comments if it does. And I definitely feel like this is general, but definitely certain things I feel like we're more for the masculine or the feminine. I feel like a lot of masculine energy is just being tapped into or being activated for a lot of people in general. But yeah, I mentioned some things that I feel like are definitely twin related. But yeah, I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in a reading, the link to my website in the description below. And yeah, I will see you in my next video.